Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Minetopia Servers, episode 19, and we have a lot to do today. As I mentioned in the last episode, I want to get a gas farm built because down in our potions dungeon we have a regeneration potion station set up, but we don't have any gas tiers to brew potions with, and regeneration potions are really handy to have around in many different situations. So I really want to be able to come down here, push a button, and get on-demand potions brewed whenever those situations come up. And gas tiers are one of those things that you just never really get in large quantities unless you farm them, and that's what we're going to do today. Step one on that journey is going to be fighting the Wither. And we're going to be fighting the Wither along with some chickens. So it's a little bit different, a little bit unconventional, but you know, that's what we're going to do. So I've got myself 4 shulker boxes worth of chicken eggs. I have some splash potions of poison and a few other bits and bobs, and we're going to head out to the end and get this party started because we got some prep work to do out there, and we got a lot of work to do today and not a lot of time to do it. So let's get busy. Let's head out there and get started. Okay, and I have got the room all set up. We are in the end underneath the return portal. And I have got this set up for the Wither Cheese procedure. The tail here is directly 2 blocks underneath 00 here. So this is at 00. If we look, we can see we are looking at 00. That's where that needs to be. And then from the edge of this configuration, there's a obsidian underneath here. From the edge of that, I've gone 4 blocks out in all directions from the edge of the obsidian, 4 blocks all the way around, and 2 blocks tall. And now the only thing left to do is to fill this room full of chickens. And the way I'm going to do that is I've got this little dispenser here, and I'm going to set up a little observer clock. I'm going to plop my shulker boxes down on top of these hoppers and just let this thing run until I'm out of eggs, and hopefully this room will be full of chickens by the end of that. And then when they've grown up, I will add the 3rd head, wait for this thing to explode, killing all the chickens after I've splashed them all with splash potions of poison to get them down to half a heart. This thing will explode, killing all the chickens, turning them all into wither roses, and then we just have to kill the wither and then pick up our prize and head on out of here. So let's get busy making some chickens. Okay, and I don't know if you can hear me over the noise, but we have about 1,000 chickens in the room here. So many so that I think we've neared capacity. You can kind of hear that crackling. That's the game sound for just about getting as many entities in one space as it will allow. So we're going to let these things grow up just a little bit. I'm going to see if I can get out of here without them escaping as well, and get my potions together so we can start splashing them and then get this party started so we can get busy building the farm itself, which is going to be quite an undertaking. So we need to get this going. Alright, so we're going to empty out our pockets as much as we can here so we can make room for these. And I got my milk. And I've got a couple splash potions of healing here to get myself back into shape after I'm done splashing these, and it should only bring us down to half a heart, and it's going to bring these guys down to half a heart, and then when the wither explodes, then that will take them all out in theory. Now this is a method that was developed by Eagle Eye something. I'll post the tutorial down in the link there, but it's really, as you can see, this is really simple. It's just a matter of getting a bunch of chickens down in this room and spawning the wither. So let's start. I think the baby ones will give us wither roses. So let's go ahead and start splashing these guys. Oh man, that's it's not a happy sound at all. And now we're poisoned as well. Let's make sure we got a good covering of poison here. I want to make sure that all of them have been splashed so that everybody dies and I get as many roses as I can. So we're just going to use all these potions to give us what we need. There we go. There we go. Ouch. Ouch. Alright. 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 Yep. And we got one more. Let's hit this big group over here. Alright. We're gonna milk up, and then we're gonna heal up. Okay. And then after I spawn him, I should be able to crouch in this corner with my shield up and be okay myself from the blast. So I'm going to have one more little potion here just in case. Alright, let's get this party started. I got my Wither Slayer sword ready to go. Hopefully this goes well. Guess we're about to find out. If this guy escapes and starts flying around the void, I'm just going to log off the server, change my address and name, and pretend like this never happened. But you guys just stand by. I'm going to get these guys out of the way so I can actually get the head on here. Move. 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 There we go. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And there it goes. Alright. It didn't get all of them, but it got a good amount of them. So now I just got to take this guy down. I'm going to get a free beacon out of this as well. That is really loud. There we go. And I got a wither head. Let's see how many roses we ended up with. Still got a few leftover chickens. Suppose I could spawn them again if I really wanted to, but we ended up with, oh nice, almost 3.5 stacks of roses. That is perfect. So let's take care of these little extra guys here, and there we go. And now the room is all set up and nice and pretty for future cheesing or future wither rosing as people need it. And there we go. That went remarkably well. Alright, let's get to building our gas tier farm. And we are now about 1,500 blocks behind our portal over here in the Soul Sand Valley. And I've got us a spot roughly mapped out. It's going to be slightly bigger than this area here, but this is 6 chunks worth of space here. And it's actually probably going to be, I think, quite a bit bigger. I'm following a Raiseworks design for a gas farm that involves flying machines and a bunch of magma blocks and some other fun bits and bobs with a minecart collection system. And it looks fairly easy to build and it looks really efficient because, I mean, hey, it's Raiseworks. The guy knows what he's doing, so we're just going to go with that. And I've got all this stuff collected up, plus a few extra things that I don't actually need, but they're already out here, like leaves and stuff. I thought about using leaves on top instead of slabs, but I think I'm just going to go slabs because they won't burn in case of incident. Got my redstone, got it all set up, ready to go, along with a whole ton of fire resistance potions, which took no time at all to brew up in our automatic brewer. I love that thing, and that's why we're out here working on this. So why don't we fire up the time-lapse machine and get to work. Let's get some gas. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, our Ghast farm. It's all done. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. I hope it came out okay. I had an issue with the game crashing right at the very end of recording that, and some of you who have used replay mod know if the game does not close correctly, when you open it up again, you'll recover a file that contains your entire game session that day, not just the bits you meant to record. So had to get kind of creative in editing that together, but hopefully it came out okay. But here we are, and we have Ghast in there. As you can see their little legs hanging down, and you can hear them. I've turned it off because when they die, it is just the most horrendous sound in the world. But I've let this thing run long enough to fill up the item filters. So we have 41 items in each of the filters now, so that's all full and ready to go, and we'll be ready to stress test this soon. I want to go over how this thing works and how it all functions, and this is a Rayworks design, and I'm gonna leave the tutorial down in the description so you guys can follow it too if you like. But basically there's two flying machines that are made out of honey blocks, not slime blocks, because those are non-spawnable blocks. That way we don't have any skeletons spawning on top of those when they're just sitting around AFK. And this line right here is keeping the system turned off at the moment. And as soon as I flip this lever, then it's going to send those off, and it just sweeps the gas to the back wall and then brings them all the way back over this way onto these wither roses that kills them. And so there's a surprisingly few number of wither roses required for this farm. I have way more than I actually needed for this, but that's fine. We'll find many other uses for those wither roses we got earlier this episode. But yeah, this is all done. It actually went pretty well. Only had one gas escape things, and that was at the very beginning before I got the roof on, and I was just putting the ring of magma blocks around to determine the perimeter. So once I slabbed over those while I was building it, everything went just fine. So I'm going to flip the lever, and I'm going to head up there to Y253 and AFK overnight and see how full we can get those chests. I am really curious to see how this thing does and just how much gunpowder and how many tiers we can get out of this. So I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm off to AFK. And we're back. Good morning, everybody. Apparently I got booted from the server about 6 hours into this AFK session, and I logged back in, so it's been about 2 hours since I logged back in. So we got a good 8-hour AFK here above this farm. So let me get my stuff back. It's always important to empty your pockets when you're AFKing for any length of time on a server, because bad things do tend to happen. So let's throw our clothes back on here and head down and see what we ended up with. My little bridge, temporary bridge there. I don't want any spawnable spaces anywhere near this farm, because then we'll have problems. As we come down here, we can... This is going to get loud, but let's see. All right, so we have... Oh, yeah, okay. I apologize for that. Let me shut this off so we don't have to listen to that as we look at this thing. Oh, this thing is loud and obnoxious for sure. And we're going to get a couple more kills as that thing finishes up its last sweep. As we can see, we have over a shulker box of Ghast tears here, which is awesome. That's a ton of potions right there. And we have... Ooh. Oh, man. Yeah, that's loud. That's horrible. And we have over a double chest of gunpowder, which is probably filling up the hopper back there as well. So, that's not bad. That's not bad. We may have a shop of some kind coming in the future out of this thing. And so, I think the next up is going to be pumpkins and melons. So, mostly need the melons, but if we're going to do a melon farm, might as well do pumpkins. And then we're going to need carrot farm and maybe even a gold farm so we can make the glistering melons and glistering or the golden carrots that we need for some other potions that we got going on. And I don't know, maybe let's farm up some more potion ingredients. I mean, farms are fun. I love building farms. This has been a whole lot of fun building this farm, and it works really, really well. I'm super happy with it. And I put this wall up around it so that we don't get blasted as we fly in. Just gotta be careful not to catch line of sight with the gas, or it is game over for a lot of the farm. And I did expand the storage out so that we have plenty of room to catch all the drops that come through here. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy with that for sure. But I think that's probably gonna be all the time we have for today. I really appreciate you guys watching, and if you liked what you saw, don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, this has been Neely. Bye-bye.